Okay, we had some kind of success with my water pot on the stove, and please don't bother to complain about the video quality, and it's all uncut. You can do it all freely at your home by yourself. Should be no problem. It's just about a bit of thinking, and I have still few things I'd like to say. A few remarkable things. There are of course a lot of details, like how the traffic velocity controlling should be taught through the Bernoulli equation, and things like that, because sometimes on the motorways it's really stupid how the traffic speed limits are set against this very simple principle from Bernoulli, and thus huge stows are made just by stupidity, practically only by stupidity. Also here in Switzerland, on AA1, I could show you a few points, but these are minor issues. Yeah, those places is only 20 seconds lost per day, which actually is not so unremarkable as it might first seem. If we think that there is a 50,000 drivers losing a daily 20 seconds, it will be a million seconds per day, and if this happens 200 days a year, it's of course 2 million seconds, and 2 million seconds are divided 3,600, also 200 million seconds divided 3,600 is 55,000 hours, which divided with 24 is 2,300 days, which divided 365 is 6 years. So in 1 year, in one point where is 20 seconds lost, is yearly lost a human life time from over 6 years. And it means that we need just 10 such spots, and it sums up that one human life is lost in these points every year. Well, it doesn't really bother me until it goes up to my life, so I don't care if you lost your life, but please don't spend my time in stupidity. Okay, so I apologize if you feel my approach a bit arrogant or something like that. I don't really care. You're not forced to listen to me. You are doing it freely. But if you like to listen to me further, still, I could explain something about democracy. There isn't actually not too many democracies in the world. There is practically only one, and you can say I'm lucky, that it's luck that it's here in the Switzerland where I live. Well, I don't believe in luck. The people can have influence on their lives, and they should be they are themselves responsible for the results of their life and for the outcome of their life. So I have this kind of book. I just got it yesterday. The Bessergönner, the Besserwisser ist vielleicht, aber das ist nicht so. It's not so. But here is clearly stated, and this seems to be quite a good book in page 137. In the world keeps only 2 democracies, or 1.5 democracies, and the USA is nominated as the half democracy. But if you're pregnant, you are, and then you're not. So I don't believe that a half democracy should be counted. I mean, there are 0.1 democracies, a lot of in Europe, and it doesn't make a total. It's a nice try, but you have it or you don't. And in my world, there is only one democracy, and it's in Switzerland. And it had made me wonder, because the most of the people are so are not in the level that I could expect them to be able to decide from very difficult issues. I mean, most of them don't have capacity, and those who have the capacity mostly don't have the time to study the issues, and so on. So finally, it seems really reasonable that to use a representative democracy as is used in most of the countries, as then you can think that now there is a lot of people really taking time to figure it out and make the correct decisions. But actually it doesn't go that way. First, the questions are not so difficult, and second, if the decision is made, I mean, we need to take the statistics in the picture. So, and this is actually also an issue which is known from the 1700s. Marquis de Condorcet has made his theory, so-called Condorcet-Urey theorem. Condorcet, Marquis de Condorcet. So, ich zoome jetzt nachher. I zoom jetzt closer. Excuse me about the languages. But luckily I'm not responsible for your understanding. I'm only responsible for my explanation, and I mainly do it for myself. So Marquis de Condorcet has made his Urey theorem. Condorcet-Urey theorem, which proves mathematically that the probability to get the correct answer reaches 1 if let's read it directly from here. The probability of a correct majority decisions where the individual probability p is close to a half grows linearly in terms of p minus half, and for n voters, each one having probability p of deciding according to blah blah blah. This is too complicated set. So it means simply that as the decisions are statistically more easily correct if they are made by a bigger group of the people. So 200 people are probably deciding more correctly than 2 people, and 2,000 people more correctly than 200, and so on. So 2 million or 200 million would probably decide even better than these lower groups. So it speaks for the democracy. But here is a mine built in. So it says that the individual probability must be over the half. Okay, so I have studied this further, and I've made such an extension to this Uri theorem. I've written it in English and published it, but it's again maybe a bit too complicated. I seem to have done it already a year ago. So basically, statistically, you need to look the whole voting process. On voting process, you need to see how is the decisions made. Let's go first on the principles of direct democracy. So first the questions must be made simply yes or no. So you must be able to form the question so that the people can simply say no or yes. And if you're not able to do that, so then you should do something else than politics. Okay, so, and the voting must be free to everybody, and they must be able to freely decide if they vote or if they vote not. And this results in the situation that first you become this question, you make the decisions, you read it or you don't read it. You got the letter at home in Switzerland 4 times a year claiming that hey, we have such an issue, do you want to vote or not? So first you make the decisions if you even open and read the letter and the questions at all, and already this decision cuts away a certain part from the population, and then the further decision made is that you have decided to read the questions. Okay, you read them. You read them through. You go, okay, good. There is this kind of question, and I should answer yes or no. So you see, I don't know shit about this. This is or okay, I know it, but it doesn't matter. I'm not interested if the gays are married or if the furs are or whatever. So you decide these questions is interested me, is an interest point for me or not. So and here we must also look about the questions. So there are a certain group of the population. I would say I would like to say a quarter, 25%. But to be honest, it's nearer 10%. But there is 10% of the population who understands that everything causes costs, and everything which sounds really nice also costs something, and someone has to pay. Okay, so these people mainly look these questions always through that. Okay, what's up to, how much it costs, and they go vote in regular basis. And then there is a lot of people who are doing the decisions through various reasons, and then there is a lot of people who are maybe fanatic for this particular issue. So and in direct democracy, so we have only a question, and it's about yes or no. There is no left or right. There is no capitalism, no communism. There is no feminism. No. There is no isms. There is no isms in direct democracy, and that's the nice part part of the story. So then they are going to vote, and how can we reach the highest probability to get the so-called correct answer? And let's not discuss about what is the correct answer. I'm sure that the correct answer is not the same if we are talking about Switzerland, or if we are talking about Somalia, for example. I mean, if in Switzerland is voted for should we have a high-speed internet provided to every village, or if the same question is in Somalia, that's the correct answer is not the same. So let's not talk about the correct answer. It varies. It varies from time to time and from place to place, and there is not a single correct answer in anything. But there is a correct answers in certain time and in certain place, and this is the answer which is sought in direct democracy. So we are seeking an answer within we can go forward few years, and if it's then later found it to be wrong, then a new answer or a new decision can be made, and let's not discuss about the ideologies and the isms. We go to purely mathematically and how it goes. So as I explained, the Condorcet is really correct with his theorem, but it has a mine in it, and it's this factor. And now the Stimmbeteiligung, also the turnover on the vote turnover makes the difference, and it makes the difference which increases this p factor from Condorcet, and I've built with certain assumptions a model which shows that the most the best probability to get the so-called correct answer lies in around 30%, 30.1%, and here is the Gaussian curve showed. So it's about if the population makes a perfect Durchschnitt, also keskiarvo, that's how English. I mean, the Gaussian curve. If the population is mean value is there, if the population who are lazy and not or ignorant and so on are going to vote, the probability that these people who would have made the wrong answer is also higher than with the people who are taking part. And I go to the point directly, so this remains short. So if there is a 10% of people who are fanatic and willing to do revolution or whatever or whatever. So in a popular vote, you just need to get 50% plus 1 vote to get the correct answer. So it means that if there is a 10% of maniacs in the society voting for killing the people or for war or whatever, 10% of maniacs, that's a huge amount of maniacs. I'm sure that nobody would be happy to say it loud that in our society is 10% of maniacs. Okay, so if 10% are maniacs, 80% are fully ignorant, and 10% plus 1 person are interested and are willing to read the stuff through and go to the voting, even though that they are not a bit interested about the issue. So then we can have a voting result. The voting turnover would be 20%, really low, and the result would be 50-50, but with one vote the maniacs have lost. And the result is correct, or what is correct, but this is just an example. So this is the basic principle of how the direct democracy works, and this is the principle how it provides the so-called correct answers. But that's the same correct answers could of course been found from the representative democracy, but there is the Condorcet-Urey theorem on showing that their capacity is far more lower than the capacity of the whole population, and mainly the people there are not even average intelligent. They are more like well, yeah, stupid asshole would be a quite bad word. Well, I don't have the words to describe them, but if I look the Finnish government and their prime ministers and the minister of finance, so oh well, yeah, let's not speak about that. You can just study the issues freely. So okay, this is the way to go. And now in the Crim is just recently kept a popular vote, and there are parties criticizing that this was undemocratic and so on. So it cannot be. It's a popular vote. It cannot be undemocratic. So if you have something to criticize how it was made. The questions must be clear questions with yes and no, and the votes must be correctly counted. But that's the only issues you can criticize it. And if the Crimean people are willing to be part of Rusland, just let them go. But also let them vote again whenever they like. So don't fight. It's this stupidity is going again. I mean, please look to history. There is a Vorarlberg, nice word to pronounce it, from Austria, who voted 1990. They wanted to be a part from Switzerland, but the Switzerland didn't want to take them, and on Nazi Germany. The Austria wanted to be joined in the Nazi Germany, and there is also other regions who have voted, and also the First World War could have been avoided with the direct democracy like it's in the Switzerland, and definitely the Second World War could have been avoided with the direct democracy like it's in Switzerland. And when it's so, it goes also to the Third World War, and the only question is, are we, the mankind, still so stupid? So please look to France. They have their fifth republic. Come on, fifth republic. How many would you like to try? 15 or 50? When you realize that maybe the republic, as you have tried it so far, just doesn't work. It doesn't matter if you have a presidential system or a parliamentary system. You need the democracy. It won't work any other way. And it goes out of freedom. I mean, there is the Canton Jura, which is actually one-to-one, the same case, which is now done in Crimea, and it shows that these issues can be solved peacefully if they are if it's wanted to do. Yeah. So this is almost all the big issues I've been thinking and I hope that also other people would think a bit more, and yeah, okay. Oh, but still one issue is which I forget. I was just thinking about it. I have ordered this video yesterday, and this is where we're living already today, and past 200 years. Sad but true. I mean, Adam Smith has already written in the 1700 how the things should go, and still nobody else but Switzerland have figured it out. So this is true. It's just in what level it's true, but it's true. And I want to point out still one YouTube video which goes also on mathematics, and which is important to understand. I'll make it bigger. So the most important video you'll ever see, please Google it, and it's about arithmetic, population and energy. And there is the stuffs explained.
It's a real pleasure to be here and to have a chance just to meet with you and talk about some of the problems that we're facing. Now, some of these problems are local, some are national, some are global.
And this video might be a bit depressive, because you became an angst, a fear that the energy will fall out and that sort of stuff. So, well, from the sun comes approximately in 1 hour the energy amount which is needed to cover the needs for the mankind for 1 year at current energy consumption level. So the energy is not the problem. The population growth is this problem. And if the population growth is not controlled, then we end up in the situation where finally 3 suns are not enough, and the population growth must be put in control. And when this is done, there will be people who are flying aeroplanes all over the globe after 500 years, and there will be people after 500 years who are not still flying with aeroplanes. The same situation as today. So please read, please think, please react and do something. I make just one more, so maybe the simplest and the most difficult to understand, the philosophy of liberty. It's a video which looks like this. Now I have commercials, so we go by. The philosophy of liberty. Please look with time and thinking and understand. So this is all at this point. Have a nice rest of your life. Bye.